So we've done the sine double angle formula. Now we're going to have a look at the cosine double formulae, of which there are 3. So we're first going to start off by proving the cosine double angle formulae, all 3 of them. So first things, we're going to prove all 3 of them, and you do need to learn all 3 of these formulae. You need to learn that cos of 2x is cos squared x minus sine squared x, and it can also be expressed as 2 cos squared x minus 1, and can also be expressed as 1 minus 2 sine squared x. All 3 of those you have to be able to spot and be able to use as well. So learn the 3 formulae. And I think the best way to learn it is when you're doing the worksheet, write down the 3 formulae on every question you do, and that'll just help implant it in your long-term memory. So first one, what we're going to do is write cos of 2x is the equivalent of cos of x plus x. And then we're going to use the cosine addition formula. Now you may want to try and do this yourself, in which case pause it and have a go. But I'll keep going. Equals cos x minus sin x equals cos squared x minus sine squared x. So we've got that one. Okay, let's take it further. Let's prove the middle one now. So we know now that cos of 2x, we proved it before, is equal to cos squared x minus sine squared x. We only want it in terms of cos x, so we can eliminate the sine squared x by simply using the sine squared x plus cos squared x equals 1 trig identity. Cos squared x minus 1 minus cos squared x, and all the terms together to 2 cos squared x minus 1. Like that. Next one. Cos of 2x, again, we know it's equal to cos squared x minus sine squared x. And this time, you might want to do this one yourself. We're going to eliminate the cos squared x. So pause if we want to continue. So that's equal to 1 minus sine squared x minus sine squared x equals 1 minus 2 sine squared x. So that's all 3 identities proved, and you do need to learn those. All 3 of them. So now let's have a go at some problem questions. So sometimes you have to be able to spot compound angle formulae. They should, once you've learnt them, jump out at the page at you. So simplify cos squared 30 minus sine squared 30. You've just got to remember cos squared x minus sine squared x is cos of 2 theta. So that becomes cos of 2 lots of theta, which in this case is 30, equals cos of 60. And you should know your trig ratios, but if you don't, that's fine. Just pop them in the calculator. So I'm going to put that in degrees. So cos of 60 is a half. So we've simplified it as far as we possibly can. So you're expecting to know all 3 of those trig formulae, so expect other ones to be used in exam questions as well. So expect to have to use this one and this one also. Right, let's move on now to solving an equation and choosing the right formula to use in order to solve an equation. And there's an equation to solve. Now you might think you know what to do, in which case pause the video and have a go. Otherwise, let's have a go at it. So I can see that it says solve 4 cos of 2x equals 14 sine x. And we want to solve it for between minus 180 and 180 degrees. So I can see there's a sine x there and a cos of 2x there. So I've got one of 3 possible expansions I could use here. Now thinking a few steps ahead, because I've got a sin x there, it will be helpful to use the compound angle, the double angle formula for cos. That only leaves us with sin x's. So the most appropriate one to use in this case is this one here. And in lots of questions, you will have to make the judgment as to what the most appropriate will be. You'll have to look at all three formulae and think which one of these is going to be the most useful. So let's use that formula there. So 4 lots of 1 minus 2 sine squared x equals 14 sine x. Let's keep going, which implies that 4 minus 8 sine squared x equals 14 sine x. Let's make it look a bit more like a quadratic, which means that 8 sine squared x, don't forget to put the x there, plus 14 sine x minus 4 equals 0. Let's divide both sides by 2 now to make it look simpler. So 4 sine squared x plus 7 sine x minus 2 equals 0. Let's keep going, which implies that, and could use our calculator as well. It's fair game to use the calculator, but let's pretend it says show detailed reasoning or show full working, and we'll try and factorize. So let's say 4x, or rather 4 sine x and sine x. Let's see if that works. So yeah, if we do plus 2 and minus 1, we get it factorized. So we can see that sine x equals 1/4, or sine x equals minus 2. And we know that one to be a nonsense. So when we discard an answer, we should always say why we are discarding it. And we're discarding this one because the size of sine x has to be less than or equal to 1. So now inverse sining both sides, we get x equals the inverse sine of 1/4. So it's in degrees mode, I can see. So inverse sine of 1/4, which gives us 14.4775 degrees, 14.4775. And with regards to precision of answers, I think a final answer should be correct to at least 3 significant figures. So I like to do a few more just to guarantee that my answer is going to be correct. And truth be told, I prefer to do 4 significant figures to go one better than what the bare minimum is, just to be sure. Right, so we've got x is 14.4775. So let's draw the sine graph for those. Try to do better than that. There we go. A little bit better anyway. 14.4775. So I can see that there's another one there. So it's 180 minus that. So 180 minus that is 165.522. 165.522. Therefore, x equals, and as I say, I like to do 4 significant figures for an answer, unless otherwise stated, obviously. 165.5. And there we have it. The final answer. So remember, choose carefully the correct identity to use. So in the worksheet, you'll see loads of examples of these types of question. Have a go.